Hello, my name is Jayson and I'm the managing attorney of the Jayson Law Group LLC, a law firm based in Union, New Jersey. Today will be the third video in our series on the legal aspects of starting a small business in New Jersey. But before I begin, I would just like to start with a brief disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Any statements made by me during the course of this video do not constitute legal advice, nor is this a solicitation for business. Furthermore, no attorney-client relationship is formed by this video, and I recommend that you seek the advice of legal counsel before forming your business. In our first two videos, we looked at the steps that you should be taking before you form your business. We looked generally at the 4 different types of business entities in New Jersey, and we looked specifically at sole proprietorships. Today, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at partnerships, and specifically partnerships. And I know that that doesn't make sense now, but you'll see what I mean in a little bit. So what is a partnership? As defined by the state of New Jersey, a partnership is an association of two or more persons to carry on as co-owners of a business for profit. The operation of a partnership is governed by a partnership agreement. And there are 3 different types of partnerships. There are partnerships, limited partnerships, and limited liability partnerships. And as I said, today we're going to be focusing on partnerships, and we'll look at limited partnerships and limited liability partnerships at a later time. So what are the positive aspects of a partnership? Well, it allows for 2 or more owners of a business. You could have a partnership with 5 partners. In theory, that may not be good in practice, but it might be 5 people that you really like, and so it makes sense. There are minimal fees to establish a partnership, and a partnership itself, not a limited or limited liability partnership, is not registered with the state. Just like with a sole proprietorship, you would register with the county where you plan to do business. So if you wanted to start a business in Newark, New Jersey, you would register with Essex County. If you wanted to start a business in Union, New Jersey, you would register with Union County, and so on and so forth for the different counties. Another nice thing is that there's actually a formal agreement dictating the way that the partnership should be run, and that's the partnership agreement, which allows for the partners to decide how the partnership is going to be run, the makeup of the partnership. Think of it as a legally binding contract between the partners. Who's putting in what for capital and startup costs? What's the division of labor? Who's going to be doing what? These are all the things that will be determined in the partnership agreement. And lastly, from a tax perspective, it is a pass-through entity, which means that the partnership itself will not file taxes, only the individual owners of the partnership. But I would let an accountant speak more to that. This is just a general information on the accounting aspects. So what are the negatives of a partnership? Well, just like a sole proprietorship, there is no personal liability protection in a partnership, which means that if someone sues the partnership and they win, let's say, a $100,000 judgment, they can go after your assets as one of the owners of the partnership directly, not just the assets of the partnership. So keep that in mind. Another negative is that you have a partner. Not everyone works good in pairs, or 3s, or 4s, or in groups. So that's something you need to think about. When you're going into business with a partner, is this someone that you trust? Is this someone that you absolutely need to form this business? And is this someone that you can see being in business with for quite some time? You're still going to need a social security number or a federal employee identification number, or FEIN, to register with the state for tax purposes. You must have a partnership agreement. It is a requirement. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like to put pen to paper and draft agreements, then perhaps a partnership is not for you, and you'd be better off with a sole proprietorship. Once a partner leaves the business, the partnership dissolves. And it doesn't matter if you have 2 partners, which makes sense, because if one partner leaves, you then have 1 person, which you can't have a partnership with 1 person, it'd be a sole proprietorship. But even if you were to have 10 people and one were to leave, the partnership dissolves. Lastly, you cannot transfer your interest in the partnership, but what you can do is you can transfer the profits and the losses of the partnership to someone else. This concludes our talk about partnerships, generally speaking. As I said, in our next couple of videos, we'll be looking at limited partnerships and limited liability partnerships, as well as looking at limited liability companies and corporations. Until next time, good luck.